Good evening and welcome you all again for yet another most awaited episode. Let's hear my school. This is Medhul Krish reporting from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Coimbatore. Before I introduce the guest who is going to deliberate on a topic online classes, how to keep it engaging, we have here with us, let me introduce ma'am for all of you. We have here with highly experienced and exposed educationist, Mrs.Lola Shiv Shankar. And it is not proper on my part to read out what has been sent to me as a profile. Instead of reading it out, let me clear some doubts about herself before we start the presentation. Ma'am, you had in fact mentioned about yourself that you have completed 3 decades of your teaching experience at various schools of CBSE, ICSE, and few international assignments. Now, my question is, when did you start your teaching career, and what prompted you to be a teacher, which continues to be a noble profession? And was it in the school, was it in the college, was it before marriage, after marriage, was it by choice, or was it by accident? Just to get a brief about yourself as to how did you go about choosing teaching as a career. Over to you, ma'am.
Sure. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you, Krish sir, for this opportunity.
Our pleasure.
I joined as a teacher by accident. One of the lady wanted to, was basically one of our friend's daughter, my mother's friend's daughter. She was a biology teacher in a school, and her marriage was fixed and school was not ready to give her leave till she finds a substitute teacher. So I joined as a substitute teacher for her. My mother asked me to help her, so I joined it, and that was for about 6 months, and I enjoyed it. And then I decided I should be a teacher, so I joined for B.Ed. I said, let me do it, and then I got married, so I continued my B.Ed, completed, and I'm continuing from that time. So after my graduation, immediately I started.
Thank you for being honest that it was not by choice, it was by chance that you became a teacher, and as you rightly said, 6 months time you started loving teaching as a profession and you continued. Which year did you start your teaching career, ma'am? Which year was it? 1990s?
No, in 80s.
Oh, 1980s. And where was it? Which school was it?
It was in Sindri, Model English High School, Sindri.
Okay. And you graduated? Oh, tell me. Sorry. Yeah.
It is in Bihar.
Oh, it is in Bihar. Oh, wonderful. Oh, okay, fine. Bihar, we have a lot of people, you know, who get into IITs and IITs. There are a lot of Biharians who get into the civil services, quite intellectuals from Bihar, and you started your career in a state like Bihar. So wonderful, ma'am, to hear that. The second clarification is about you teaching in various capacities, like you have taught in Central Board of Secondary Education, you're taught in ICSE schools, and you also had a stint internationally. I don't know which country you were teaching, but certainly, what difference do you find between teaching between ICSE, CBSE, IB pattern, or even the matriculation or whatever you say? Do you find any difference between all these type of academics, ma'am? Is there a difference, or all are almost the same? What do you say about it?
Just for our understanding. The broad curriculum which I did for the Oxford University, they were following that was slightly different. Okay. The CBSE and ICSE was almost similar, only like if you have to take a full group, like 6 to 8, almost similar syllabus. Something in CBSE which you learned in 6th, maybe reading in ICSE in 7th. But I feel the Priory International School in Jamaica and West Indies, I was a teacher there. I felt it was different. The curriculum was different. It was more what is required. Like in, if you take science, they didn't have evolution. So which they felt that is not required. So the one who studies biology basically will either become a doctor or a nurse. So depending on that, the curriculum was made. It's not that you have to read everything. So that was different.
Ma'am, I also see from your micro resume that you are a neuro-linguistic programming certified practitioner. What do you have to say on that, ma'am? How important it is to have this NLP? How do you train them, and what exactly is NLP? Because most of us have heard about NLP, but not much of clue about what NLP is all about. If you could throw some light onto it and brief us as to what it is, it'll be quite helpful to us as a teacher, as a student. Over to you, ma'am.
Neuro-linguistic program it is. It's really helpful for the principals of the school, I feel, because it helps in handling children. So I used to use that technique with my counselor for relaxing our children, taking out the fear from them. So it's a course, I did only the basics, which was for 6 days, course which the school sponsored me for it. It was wonderful experience to learn it. So I used it in a very low key. People use it for healing and all that. I didn't use that. I'm using only for the students to remove the fear of examination, or they are not confident, suddenly they lose the confidence. So that helps confidence building and removal of fear. This is what I used it for.
Absolutely, ma'am. I also read from your profile that you have engaged teachers in the 21st century skills. And could you just tell us something about what exactly, and you have presented a paper on that to one of the occasions you had presented a paper on this 21st century skills. What are those 21st century skills, and how could a teacher acquire all these 21st century skills and be prepared to face the teaching profession of the future? Over to you, ma'am.
In CBSE curriculum, I think they have integrated so many things, like you have art integration, which has come in. We have communicative skills, that is important. They have given us to learn through different art forms apart from being art. So all those helps in developing the 21st century skill of positive thinking, critical thinking. So the way we teach, they have asked us now, what we are doing is critical thinking online. When we are going in, we are asking them using different tools. So all those critical thinking, communication, and those help us in help the children to logically think. That is basically the 21st century skill we are talking about.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And ma'am, we are just going to talk about the online classes. And if you look at the online classes, if you look back 4 months back, maybe March 21st or 22nd, when the government declared lockdown for 2 weeks, we thought that it's going to take shape again, back to normal by April 1st. But nothing really has happened. We are today on the 17th of August, and no clue as to what's going to happen as far as the schools reopening is concerned. So things are very uncertain. I just want you to throw some light on when it was declared lockdown and things didn't really happen, that the schools were not reopening at all. And in the month of April, it was a holiday, then May, then the school has to open, school did not open. And in my opinion, the teachers have done a wonderful job. They have did something which they never imagined 3-4 months back, that they can go online and keep teaching their children, making them sit at home. This was something like, it was a magic. It was a wonder that whatever 99% of the teachers have 9% of the teachers have done a wonderful job. So I appreciate, and we all appreciate for that. But then this is going to continue. I'm sure these online classes are going to continue again in the future. If that's the situation, and I just want you to, before we start your presentation, how do you compare online teaching and the real traditional classroom teaching and learning process? What do you recommend, ma'am? The future must be. It should be only on online, or it should be on that the students go to schools and attend classrooms. Can you compare both of them? And in your opinion, which would be a better bet on you, by you, for the future for our teachers and students? Over to you, ma'am.
I think all of us learned after the March 24th what is online learning. Basically, we didn't know how to take classes, so we all started learning. And I feel there are a lot of advantages of online classes also. So it should be a blended learning both together. Combination of a classroom and online should be there. If you are not, but it depends on if the network is available for all the children. That has to be seen. If it is there, then my opinion, it should be a combination of both. Then only children will enjoy.
Thank you so much. I think it's going to be a blended learning in the future, that it'll be a combination of both online and the classroom. Ma'am, let's get into the subject today, that the teachers are doing a wonderful job. But the teachers are finding it extremely difficult to keep the students engaged for 30-40 minutes, because 40 minutes would be a class, the period, the time taken to complete a class. The complaint from the teachers are that they do a wonderful job and still continue to do a wonderful job in their teaching learning process through online. But 60 to 70%, with all the difficulties, of course. I mean, It is not like teaching in the classroom is similar to teaching at home, because the teacher, 80 to 90% of the teachers are, madams. Like we find a very 10% of the gentlemen teaching in the profession, but rest of the 90% are madams who are taken up this profession as a noble profession. Now, they have their own problems teaching from home because they have a family, they have little kids, they have their mother-in-laws or parents at home. There are a lot of disturbance. The servants keep coming. So there, with all this, our teachers have done a wonderful job, and let's compliment again to them. Now, the problem with the teacher that with so much ever focus and concentration, the teaching goes on through an online class. The difficulty with the teacher is that they are not able to get that 100% attention, and they are not able to engage the children for 40 minutes. And the next section, I'm sure that you're going to brief us in the next 40 minutes or 30 minutes about how to keep our children engaged through the online classes. So with this, may I request ma'am to go ahead with her presentation, and then later on, if there are any questions on the chat box, I will take it on to you, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us, and it's my pleasure, and I wish to thank you on behalf of Amrita Vishwavidya that you have taken the pain and time to be with us, engaging the teachers for their benefits in the future. So over to you, ma'am. Let's have the presentation from now onwards. Over to you. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for once again for the opportunity.
Our pleasure.
Sure. So all the educators who have joined me, good evening once again to every one of you. I am going to just share some things you may be knowing, some things you may not be knowing. So I hope you have some learning today. This is all with my experience with my teachers that I have learned today. So how many of you believe I'm not that good with networking and technology? So bear with me if they're a little slow or there are some gaps.
No problem.
Sure. So the first thing, keeping children engaged today with all the distractions that they have at home, is it a challenge for you? I'm putting a link for you in the Mentimeter link in the chat box. I want you to click and please answer yes or no. You will have a yes and no. You have to just answer that. So click that link. How many of you? So the link has been put in your chat box. Just click the link and you have to just say yes or no.
Teachers are shy to put yes also, no also. So
it's okay. I am not going to test you. Don't worry. I'm not going to question you. Do you feel? Because some people feel, no, I'm fine. So there's nothing wrong in it. There's no right or wrong answer.
Absolutely.
I hope you're able to click the link. If you have a problem, please mention in the chat box. Because I'm going to give you an experience today. So you need to be active in the chat box. Yes, so I'm getting yes now. There's no no. All of you really feel it's challenging. I expected one or two to feel yes, satisfied that you're engaging all the students. Okay, let's move ahead. We have got only yes, there are no no's. So let me move ahead with my slides. Now, it's not only that online classes have to be with online tools. That's not the only thing that will help you to engage children. There are certain other things also, factors that help you to keep the class engaging. So first one, let me take, what are the delivery tips? Be presentable. Come on, your saris are all lying in the wardrobe. Take out, dress up beautifully. Come in front of the camera. Children will be happy to see you. Smile. Exaggerate all your facial expressions. Yes, move your hands to explain. Full energy you should be. Energetic teacher you should be. Change your tone, volume. Oh, children. Yes. No, I didn't. All the voice modulation, very important. So these are the things you have to get organized. So I have put some few delivery tips for you, which is very important for you. So I would like you to go through this delivery tips and follow these. Let me move on to the next one. You have to know your technology. Each school takes different platforms. It may be Zoom. I have done more in Zoom and less in Microsoft Teams, so I have little difficulty in how to handle it. But we have done more. Our school uses more of Zoom and we use Zoho Showtime, but you can use different platforms. Now you have to be very, very familiar with your platform. How you should mute. All mute button is there. You have to mute the children when you are explaining. You have to unmute them when you want them to talk. Give them a mic access. They should not scribble on your screen. So you should see that no annotate. So all those different features are there. Learn the features well for any platform which you are going to use. And like I'm using different website, different digital resources now. So I have all of them in my back screen, which I'll just take to switch on. So you have to see that gaps are less. You have to become expert in that, and that you do it only by learning. So this is about knowing your technology. Then we move on to, you have to show your students that you care. So every day start your lesson with a general chat. Now at this time, I would want you to see that you ask them to switch on the videos, because some of the platforms, because of too much of heavy load, you are not able to you ask the students not to switch on the video. So fine, but initially if you can see their faces and talk to them, they will feel nice. General anything, it can be about anything general that is happening today. Now Independence Day, how was it? How did you like our virtual Independence Day celebration? Something, check it like that with them. Have small cards where you can give them a feedback. Well done. Have certificates. Post that certificate there. Put smileys. Put stars. Give them that. See that they are fully involved. I wanted to see that you take care of your children. They should feel that bond which we had in our classrooms. We have to do that now online. Teaching style, that is, you know that very well. I need not tell you, but just a few tips in teaching style. You have to keep the task very short. Don't be very long homeworks and assignments. Don't give that. Don't put big text like an English teacher is teaching. Don't put a big text and ask them, please read that. No, it should be small. Be slow. The pace is very important. The 20 minutes that you teach is more than enough, but you should be slow and you should explain to them. All the big information can be given in small chunks. Don't give too much of explanation like we did in our classrooms, giving them examples after examples. No, they will not enjoy now. Try to give them more work. So flipped learning, more from the students, less from you. Include different kinds of styles. Put your Khan Academy videos, put this music, put dance, everything, use props, make it very, very interesting and fun. So I will be giving you a few of those tips of which you can use them to make it in my further slides. The other important thing is communication. Now we told you that I have explained that it's very important to communicate with every student. So you have to see that you give opportunity for the child to contribute. Now everybody in a class cannot contribute in 140 minutes class. So how do I do that? For some of them, I give them mic access. For some of them, I will give them to answer in the chat. So but everybody should be there. Everybody should get an opportunity, and I want them. And there are some platforms that tell you, hey, you're not active. And if you're active, it tells you. Now you have to give a break. After every 15 minutes to 20 minutes, a break has to be given. The break is used in the form of exercise. Ask them to blink their eyes, because health is what government is asking us to take care of the children. Blink their eyes, or ask them, get up, go out of the window, see what you can see 20 feet far off. Come immediately, put in your chat box. Discuss that by the time everybody comes back. Give a break of 5 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes so that they can come back. So make it very, very interactive than giving a lecture. If you are putting a lecture, maybe the computer is there. Sorry, the computer is there, but they may not be there. So see that you give them, it is more interactive and they have to answer and you will know they are there or not. Moving forward, we have all useful resources that I have learned. So I should thank all my teachers. I should thank all the resource people's webinar whom I have attended. And I have put on some few of them which are very, very useful and I have seen very useful in classrooms. So these are some of them. I'm going to give demo of a few of them and I'm going to give you to go online and experience it. So let me take you around. The first one is the Google Classrooms. Now, many schools use Google Classroom. So they are using different tools of Google. It can be a Google Jamboard, which is a whiteboard. They find it convenient to turn it, draw it, flip different sides for the children. It is used, children use that. And Google Form is used for assessments, for surveys, for quiz, multiple choice. And this is how we do the internal assessments or worksheets are made in Google Forms. So this is a very common one. I think all of you must have used this. Moving on to quizzes. Now, have they learned? We always have that question. Were they involved? Did they listen to me? So can I give them a quiz and will they answer? So quizzes of different types. You can make it fun. You can have a guess game. You can have true and false. You have multiple choice question. You can have a Pictionary game. You can have flashcards. There are different methods present. Now, I'm going to tell you those are common ones. The one which children love is Edpuzzle. Now it's a video interactive and student centered. You can make your own voice. So I'm giving you the link in the chat. I want you to see that. So when you click the link, you'll be getting this. So this is a social studies teacher who used it, a solar system. Press that and you will see how this video, interactive video with quiz is there, a different way. So please try it out. And if you're done, you can put in the chat box, done. You need not see the full 2 minutes video. You can come back after one question, no issues. Just have a look at how they are appreciating, and this can be voice recorded yours, your own voice. You can do it if you want, you have that option. Let me just wait for another 2 more minutes for people to try out.
There are a couple of them saying they're not able to view the link.
They are not able to view the link. Okay, so
I'm able to view it.
Okay, so shall I play it here for you? You can have a little bit, you can see it.
Solar System Quiz Show.
So primary children enjoy this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a very great, nice puzzle for the primary children. Sorry. Next, we move on to the science and maths teachers. Now, PhET is a simulation link where the child can experience what we teach in the class. You can use it either for them to do it. So you have to send the link to the children and everybody will learn from that, or you can teach them and ask them to experience it. It's your choice what you want to do. I'm going to do that for you. Before that, let me tell you about Kahoot. This is also a tool where we use for quiz, for discussion, but you have an option here. It's a game. So game based, which children just love. So you can do activities with that. So let me take you to the PhET stimulation and you experience, like I have been teaching in a class. I'm a science teacher, so I teach the pH scale. I tell them acid and base, which is acid, which is base, which solution, what is their pH. So I can use it for either after teaching, they can come and check this, or they can do it. So if I'm giving them, check yourself, learn about it, I just tell them there's a pH scale. Neutral is 7, below that is acidic, above is basic. So now the child will come in, okay, the water is, he will pour water into, so he's pouring water. You can see the simulation that is happening. So the water is getting filled. So let me take a colored liquid. I think that would be better. So first, let me tell you how to take the scale. You take the scale and you put it in. It tells you that it is neutral, pH is 7. So let me change the liquid now. One more demo I'll just give you with another liquid so that you have the color. So let me take the drain cleaner. It's yellow in color, so you can see it getting filled in. So I'm filling it in this tap. I'm not opening the tap at the moment. I take the scale and I put it in. It tells me the pH is 13. So I learn that it is basic. So I can learn a simple the secondary school, middle school children can learn what is acid, so which solutions are acidic, which solutions are basic, and which solutions are neutral using this particular simulation. So you have a lot of simulations in that is available in this site, and you can do this, use it for maths and science. Wonderful ones are given and you can use them. Coming to another access for maths teachers. Now, Geogebra is a very powerful tool to understand different concepts, and especially they use for probability, geometry, trigonometry, and algebra. This was used for a student to learn. So let me just show you. So I have finished teaching parts of the circle to the children. So I have given them the circle and I have given the center of the circle. I want them to learn what is radius, to be very clear with these terms. So when I click radius, it tells me what is the radius of the circle. When I put diameter, so they can understand the difference between each terminology. This is used for the middle school. So this is an excellent tool that can be used to make it interesting, make it engaging. You have to put the link for the children and they can use it. If I keep putting link for you now, it would be difficult and it take a long time. So I'm giving you the demonstration of these links. Let me go back to the next one. So the next, another one is Go Conquer. Yeah, that is CONQR. Now that is again used as flashcards, flowcharts, slides. You have got mind maps and all. So let me show you the demo of that. So I'm using flashcards here. I have taught, the lesson circle was being taught to them. So these are the terms that they learned. So what is a chord? What is a diameter? Learning afterwards, if I click that, it will tell me the definition of that. So I learned the definition with that. So these are flashcards which will help the children to learn. So secant of the circle, again I click it, I get what is secant of a circle. So this will help the children learn the definitions and they will enjoy than you giving them definitions and doing it. So let them do this. Afterwards you can give them a quiz to learn it. So this is one of the tools. Moving forward, you have whiteboard. Now this whiteboard, I gave this particular link for you, whiteboard.fi. It's an excellent, very simple tool. Children love to draw and you can give them what they want, they can draw. So, and you can have all the whiteboards together. So you can combine, you can create a class and allow them to just have fun one day. Or it can be, you can teach them a drawing if you're a science teacher, or a maths, the social studies teacher can do maps with that. So it's really a very helpful tool and a very simple one. I have told something with social, I went in something with science, with maths. and I don't want the language teachers to be offended. So for you, I have put a simple one, a word wall. Now, a word wall is a very interactive tool which helps in improving the vocabulary of the children, and it's a hands-on method. You can have quiz, matchups, word games, anything that you want. Now, children like shooting, they like such kind of things, games it is. This is complete game. Now, this is a Hindi, because Hindi being our official language, I have taken one of the link of Hindi. So you are getting a link in your chat box. I want you to click and whack-a-mole, which has got Badi E ki matra. Click those and see how you go level 1, level 2, level 3, how they gather points. Children love that. I want you to experience that. If you are not able to, kindly please send the message in chat so that I can play for you and I can show you. Or you try and play. Maybe level 1, go to level 2. Just try it out. Children just love these kinds of games. If you're not able to, kindly not able to click or having problems, please send the message for us in chat box. Some would have reached the level 2 by now. So during the classroom, if you can give this link and you can see the smile in the children when they are playing, that will give you the happiness and you will feel, yes, I have reached my children.
Is there any tool to teach map work? Some teacher wants to know for the teaching of the map work. Is there any tool, ma'am?
Yes, there are certain tools for map. I have not put it on, but yes, there are. I can send it across to you.
All right, there are.
Yes, there are. Let's move on. I think we have given you time to play and just experience how a child would be happy with that. Now, today's what we are hearing is augmented reality, everyone. And I think with our mobile phones, with Android, we are able to do a little bit of it. Yes, this is a paid one. All the others which I have told you is all the free tools that is available online. This one, if you pay, yes, you will get more number of options. So you can get your 3D models, animations, sounds, video, all that is there. So just a clipping here to show how interesting it is for a kindergarten child. Want you to just watch the video. you for watching.
Really interesting, quite interesting.
So this is something that is upcoming. I think we are learning and I'm in the learning stage. Sorry. I am also in the learning stage of it. So at the moment in the phone, like my son showed me how he's able to set up a drawing room. So I was thinking, okay, in an EVS classroom of primary, I can teach them different kinds of rooms by that, just using my cell phone. So that way, a little more, you can become more creative and you can go ahead with using these technologies. But when you're using these technologies, there are problems in a classroom, like situation in an online classroom. The network has to be strong. So I would recommend you to come to have a parallel teacher with you so that she will take over when you are having such issues. It happens so that she can keep the children engaged by different tools or just by explaining or revising with them. So that's one way. And see that whenever you're using these tools, rules are told first thing in class. So you should be able to tell the rules. Today we are going to do these and these are the rules. If you are going to follow these rules, we will enjoy and have fun. So see that you mention those rules to the children so that they follow and you have a good discipline. The other one which I'm going to tell you is about an interactive life worksheet. So I think teachers must be feeling too much of work involved here to do this, to do that, to make it interactive. Not really. You have to just go in, decide these are the tools I'm going to use. Now you don't have to sit and make a worksheet. You have an interactive like worksheet. I have put it up there. Try it out with the continents. It's a simple one. It's put in a chat for you. So you can have videos, you can have join the arrows, drag and drop, fill in the blanks. I can make my own interactive worksheets if I want. So all this is allowed in this tool. It's an excellent tool. So you would have got this worksheet.
Yes.
Just drag and drop. They can add scramble here, they can write, over, done. Now, at the end of this worksheet, when you finish it, it asks you two things. You want to send it to an email to your teacher or you want to score. So if you don't want the children to be embarrassed, maybe they have not yet learnt, tell them check your score, take it up again till you learn and get a perfect score. No, but you're taking it as an assessment, then yes, ask them to send you by mail. So it depends for what you're using this worksheet for. So this is one of the other great tool. So moving on. So these are all that I have given you. Mentimeter is the first one which I tried. Now we make interactive presentations by using this online editor Mentimeter. I can add questions, I can do polls, quizzes, images, all that. I just gave you a link to just say how many are yes and no and doing the poll. So that poll which a child sees and he's happy how many are yes, how many are no. You can give it as a pie chart. Different designs are there. You can choose whichever design and it is fun for them to know that you're checking on them and what is happening, what the others are doing, what are they voting for. It's really interesting for them to do it. Now coming to the last part is a Padlet. Now this is a very common one, bulletin board. It is called just like we have in our classrooms. So where the students and teachers can collaborate. You can reflect on it as used for feedback also if you want. You can use share to share link. Maths teachers use this a lot for asking the children to do their maths. So everybody's, that is the whole part, your screen will be filled up with all the small sheets of the map work for them. So I have given you the Padlet. I have just, in this session, if you have learned anything, one thing new, then I would like you to go in, click the link. There's a plus sign, click the plus, there's a small text box will come. Any one thing that you learned new, you write there. And let me see if I'll be able to show you what you are typing and what is coming in. So click the plus and you write, it will come on this. So you can also see it, what others are writing. Some of you can try out any one thing new that you have learned today. Only one. So I won't take much of your time. I think my answer should come here. If you're not able to get the link, kindly please tell us in the chat. We'll put the link again. If you click the link, you should get a plus sign. And click the plus, you get a text box. The text box, you have to write the word. That's all. Come on, teachers. Are you having a problem with the link?
Yeah, there are some teachers who have been saying they're not able to receive the link. And madam, you can share this PPT so that I can send it to them where the link is there. They can take it on from there.
Yeah, sure. They can.
So if you can send it to me or to Janani ma'am, I think
Yes.
We will send it to the teachers from where they can take the link and go through it.
Absolutely. No problem at all. So I think we are having an issue with the
they have
link.
even for me, out of 6 or 7 link, I got about 4. I could see about 4 or 5.
Okay, fine. So I think
Mentimeter has no link, right, ma'am? Mentimeter.
Yes, Mentimeter has a link I gave in the first slide where they wrote yes and no.
Achha, that was the past. Okay.
Yes. So this is what we learn. Now, I have learned all this from my friends, so I would like you to use the feedback form that will come in a Google form for you, where you can send me the feedback, honest feedback, basically, of did you really learn something? I want you to put it that, and I would like something new that you can share with me, which I would like to learn, because we are always a learner. Apart from these, if you have used any tool, so just as I collaborated with you and I have expressed what all I learned and what was useful in my school. So I would like you also, whatever you have used, to share with me, anyone in that feedback, that this also is a nice tool. I would surely like to learn and add on to that when I present to somebody else. Thank you so much once again, Janani ma'am, for your wonderful coordination. All my teachers for all their, and the resource people's webinar who I attended, who has made me learn all this. My family for coordinating and helping me out. Thank you. And a special thanks to Chris sir. It was really wonderful. I'm fine to take questions now. But remember, teachers, whatever happens, you are doing a wonderful job. Hats off to you all. Really, from day one, you've been learning and doing a wonderful work. Whatever paper can say, parents can complain, don't worry, you are doing an extremely great job. Pat yourself. Good luck to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. There are many things I have not heard so far. I think about 90% of what you mentioned I have not heard. I mean, in fact, I'm hearing it for the first time. Indeed, a very useful engaging technique, and these are the links which a teacher can use it and engage the students. And today's problem is not teaching online. Today's problem is engaging the students with the topic what is being taught. I think the tools that you have in fact shared with us is really fabulous, ma'am. It is an eye-opener to all of us. And many of the teachers, I'm sure, also will be maybe using few of them, but many such links which ma'am has just shown to us is all, to be honest, is new to all of us. Yes or no? I will find many yes coming on that. And ma'am, secondly, you engaged all of us very well. You engaged all of us very well. I think this is a lesson to learn from your presentation. It was not just a PowerPoint showing and then briefing about each of the points, but then you engaged ourselves. In fact, I also opened the link and was trying to do something of it. So
I wanted a hands-on experience, then only they will use it in the classroom.
Absolutely. This is what is engagement, like otherwise what happens when I moderate, I'll be looking at what question should I go ahead with the next one. But today what has happened is when you said open the link, put yes, come on, comment. So I was also following your instructions. So wonderful job, ma'am. I mean, it's an experiential learning from you, not just your webinar, but a lot of learning that we need to carry from how you went through. Very few PowerPoints and excellent points into those power. It was a powerful point, right? Let me tell you that. I think most and wonderful. I think we had close to about 200 teachers attending this at 4 o'clock. That's a fabulous response. And what happens is, it depends on the topic, it depends on the person, how you carry on. And nobody has gone out of this session. Everybody has started coming in. I think wonderful, ma'am. I mean, I think kudos to you, salute to you for this excellent presentation. Now, I have a few clarifications which I thought I will have to find out from you. During these online classes, I mean, what the parents and the teachers need to really worry, and what parents and teachers can relax, because we are giving the entire system to the hands of the students, the children. So where we need to worry and where we can relax, the net is in their hands. We had some controls prior to this live classes. Now the entire system is in the hands of our students. Could you tell us, with your experience, that where we could relax and where we need to worry? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. For the parents, I think they should not worry at all. Our teachers are doing a good job. Just leave them. Children will be fine. They will do the learning. Teachers will take care of their assessment. Have they learned or not? They do all that. So I think parents should just relax. They should not judge any teacher. The teacher is learning. She's also a learner. She learns with the student. So don't trouble the teacher. Be in the back scene. I think that is what I would like to tell the parent. For the teacher, just don't worry. Your students love you. So you need not get worried about anything. Only one maybe is a communication. You should be able to communicate. It can be in your local language, or it can be even in English, whichever you are comfortable. See that whatever learning you want, the child learns. It doesn't matter. I think the new policy tells you about telling in mother tongue. So if you feel some of the child couldn't understand and you have to tell him in Telugu or Tamil, please explain, nothing wrong. So your work is only to see that the child learns. Don't worry about anything else. Try to use different methodologies. Like today I have 3 classes in a week. Each class I should bring something new. Give a challenge to the children. How about you teaching me something? I want to go and learn. Tell them I don't know. They are very happy to know that the teachers don't know. So they will tell you, yes, ma'am, we will also help you out. So take help from them. They'll be too happy to do it, especially the 9th to 12th children. If you ask them, they will be very happy to help you in learning new things about it. That is what I would like to say. So no need to worry for the parent or for the teacher for any of these. Students, yes, you should have less screen time. So you know that you have got 4 classes. That is what the MHRD has allowed you. Beyond that, I know you need something to play. So maybe an hour, not more than that. So restrict that. And then if you have less screen time, do your exercises so that you are fine, eat healthy, you will be fine. So these are the tips for all the 3 of them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And this is to help the parents. How do parents monitor progress in tangible terms when it comes to learning done via digital tools, ma'am? How does the parent monitor? Can parent monitor the learning of their children?
Yes, they can monitor. When the teacher gives an assignment, let the child do the assignment without seeing the book. Please learn it, take your time and then do the assignment. Why do you have to copy from the book and do it? So you will know first learning and doing it. When we have tests, monitor that they don't cheat. The book is closed. When we give the information to the school, or the school gives the information to the parent that tomorrow is the assessment, we are having a formative assessment for that. Monitor your child doesn't cheat. He gets what is fair. So make him learn, take it up again, nothing wrong. Motivate him that way. So that is the way they can motivate. Parents can do it online. They can do it only by discussing with the teachers the progress about it. Otherwise, when they are answering, they can see are they answering truthfully. That's all they can do now.
That's wonderful. And the next clarity which we need from you, ma'am, before you leave, by 5 o'clock we will close the webinar. But before we leave, I want you to tell from your own experience. In today's contest, because of this live teaching and learning process, the children are distancing themselves from their usual school experience. I mean, if you ask me the school experience, it starts from early morning when the mom pushes the child out of the bed, she or he gets up, the usual preparing the breakfast, the bus comes in, getting into the bus, bullying each other, running out of the bus, attending the prayer, going to the classes, teacher coming in, and having lunch with the friends, having fun. So all this now, it is not there. And it's not going to be there for a few more months, which I'm sure about it. And today the children, if you really, when I talk to a few of those children whom I know, they seem to be totally depressed. They seem to be totally aloof from the actual school experiences. Now, this has to go on for some more time. And it's actually pulling down the stress level of our children, ma'am. What guidance, directions, advice that you can give to the children through the parents or directly or through the teacher, that how do they keep themselves from this bit of a depression due to not going to the school and attending the real traditional classroom? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. I would first want the students to accept the change. That's the first important thing. They have to accept that this is how it's going to be. Then they'll be able to enjoy it and enjoy each and every part of it during the time. Now, every school gives some time for children to chat among themselves or talk to them. So you can do it. You can use phone calls. You can also have a Zoom meeting with your friends and talk. What is there? Nothing wrong. Group can become a team. They can make a team and they can talk. Parents can allow that. So they have to, because they have to accept that this is how they have to be now. So if they accept it happily, I think they won't have a problem at all. Yes, some are depressed. I can understand it is. Even for us, we also want to go to schools, meet our colleagues that is there, talk to them. But yes, we have accepted it same way happily. They should also accept and be happy. That's all I can tell, because there's no other proper solution for it at the moment to give it.
Thank you, madam. And we have been talking mainly for middle level school children and senior level children. There's one Vijayalakshmi ma'am, I presume that she's a teacher of kindergarten, and she's asking us a question as to what are the tools, best tools that can be used for nursery teachers, if you have any such tools for nursery teachers.
We are not allowed to have online classes, so it should just be an interaction at the moment. Okay. And you have to send them videos. So videos where the teacher is doing something, they will love to see that video. My teacher is singing for me, my teacher is teaching. So they have to do that. The videos has to be very, very good. They have to make interactive videos. So there is no assessment, nothing for them. So the videos have to be good. So it depends on how. There are different video making tools. They have to use that, and they can use props, they can use puppets. So it will different ways which children love. They know what their children like. So it can be music session, dance session, exercise, doing that. So it has to be all in the form of videos. That's how a kindergarten can be done. And using the augmented part, you can use on the phone, show them all the animals. They'll be happy. A teacher, next to the teacher, they see an animal, they'll be thrilled in an interactive class. So it should be more interactive. A teacher interaction is only that is allowed for kindergarten, but not an online class. So they can't take an online class for them. It's
Madam, Madam, since you mentioned that the kindergarten students should not go through online classes, I do agree with that. But is there any specific time limit a child can look at the screen, whether it is on a laptop or a desktop or a television? Is there scientifically or medically proved that the child should not sit in front of a screen more than 4 hours, 5 hours? What is your suggestion that one class must consist of, let's say, 30-40 minutes, and you should have only 2-3 classes a day? Otherwise, if you go to a school, it is from 9 to 4 or 8 to 5 or whatever it is. So you have 8 periods a day. So what is your suggestion, ma'am, as to how should one limit the number of hours that one could have for a particular topic or a subject, maybe 40 minutes, and how many number of classes you can have online? Over to you, ma'am.
I think I have gone through a lot of, that is in the WhatsApp, lot of PPTs have come from different eye hospitals of what is good and what is bad. I have read through in the net of what is the screen time, best screen time and all. And I think the MHRD, what they have made the rule is as per that. So they say 4 classes of 30 to 40 minutes for the higher classes. 2 classes for 6 to 8, up to 1 to 5, first standard to 8 standard, 2 classes per, that is 2 40-minute session. So we can have a 1 hour session and the class will be totally for 40 minutes because coming in of so many children and getting in and they're going out, networking, all that problem is there. So I think following the MHRD guideline is better because they have also done a lot of research before they gave us that guidelines. And it is the guidelines that I saw was same what I got from different eye hospitals. So blinking, doing the exercise, children don't do that. So that teacher has to see that in between, even though a kindergarten child has to be 30 minutes is allowed, that 30 minutes continuously a child can't see the screen. So you have to make them do something on the table so that they are not seeing the screen. So in between, you have to keep on making that change. So either blinking of the eye, seeing somewhere else, those things have to be done for the health of the children.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There is one clarity required by Priya G. Rao. She's asking as to how do we learn all these tools which you mentioned now. I think you showed us many tools through the links that are available. Is there a platform where learning to make our classroom engaging? Is there a platform where they can train themselves as to how they could use these links? Is there any way that they could learn?
Yes, because, there is a institute that is training. Some of our teachers have gone for that. Virtual online class training is there. It's yes, you have to pay. Some amount is there where you have to pay. That keeps coming for every 50 or 60 in a batch. That is there. Otherwise, like you have seen the name now, this name, if for example, you have seen the name Padlet, openpadlet.com, sit and learn. You decide that I'm going to use this. It doesn't, takes very less time. So it's very easy. I think they are all made for us to learn very easily. So you can go in and you can see. So you can attend different online, you can put in the net, Google and search. Basically, what are the different online tools? Many will come. One by one, you start seeing. So what we have done in our school is every teacher is asked to give a demo with one online tool. So if you have 70 teachers in the school, you get 70 different online tools. So you learn from let the teacher give a demo of that. So you learn from that, you can experience it, then you can use it. So you can try that out. So every teacher giving you one tool. So if you can have that, that will be great. You'll be able to learn faster.
So it's enough to just practice this. You keep looking at the link and then you keep using it. You learn it by yourself. You mean to say that there's no particular training required to get onto this link, is it? In fact, no. Just open it. You keep using it. It's like using a laptop or a system. You know, you keep doing something on it. You keep learning on it. That's what it is.
That's all.
So Priya, ma'am, just go to the link. If you didn't receive the link, ma'am would send us the PPT. We will see that it is sent to you directly. And as ma'am mentioned, you know, everything is fine, but then we all need to get a feedback. So we will be sending you a feedback form, and hopefully you return it. And based on this feedback, we will come to know, you will come to know. We can exchange a lot of information. We can share a lot of information that you have and I have and madam has. So it can be organized. So to get this PPTs, please send your requirement to 93450-76625. 93450-76625. We'll be only too pleased to send it through this WhatsApp, the PPT, and all those links will be there in the PPT. You can go and browse it and then keep practicing that. Ma'am, it is 5 o'clock now, and I let me tell you that it was a wonderful, wonderful session, and every one of us not just learned something new, but everything that you showed us was really new to us. And I feel this is certainly the beginning of we learning how to engage our children through online classes. So on behalf of Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, I thank ma'am for being with us and contributing the very best way that you could do, which will help not just the teachers, it will also help the students, it will also help the parents and the entire society, the community, taking this virtual classes, taking these online classes in a more impactful, in a more efficient and effective manner in the future. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we wish that this session should keep spreading across the educators and we learn and keep learning. and keep learning. And that continuous learning is what makes our life easier for the future. Otherwise, if you stop learning, as ma'am did show to us different links, I think that would be the beginning of our not being an extraordinary teacher in the future. So with this, I would like to say goodbye to all of you. Especially, I think we had a overwhelming crowd attending to this particular webinar, and I'm sure all of you will be implementing all what has been taught by ma'am today, which is a new learning for all of us, for the benefit of our little children who are waiting with new technologies, so that their learning also becomes more comfortable and easy. So this is Medul Krish signing off from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Coimbatore. Thank you once again, ma'am, to everyone who was with us for this lovely, engaging webinar of today.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar and Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you.